Hello, 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 everybody. Happy TVU Thursday. Welcome to another episode of The Black Umbrella. Yeah, we're your hosts. I'm Frenchie.
I'm Nika.
And I'm Wes.
Yeah, how are we feeling?
I got here late, so you already know how I was tired. Like tired as Kelly Price was to make that damn song. Is
And
how
that's
tired I was. I was tired, honey.
That's tired.
Just tired, mentally tired, physically tired, all the tireds, all of them together. So thank y'all for holding me accountable and calling me out. Frenchie literally had to call me out of my nap.
Okay.
Literally, she called. If she did not call me, I would be sleeping right now. Still, it was insane.
I said, let me check the location. And it wasn't loading. And I'm like, okay, why isn't it loading?
Kidnapped.
And then I called. I'm like, are you dead or are you kidnapped? I'm at home. We need to get your ass here.
Oh my gosh.
That was so funny. Oh,
Thank God my phone was on ring too, because I almost was so quick to put that phone silent. But I was like, nah, it's cool. Ain't nobody gonna call me. So you know, my line is quiet. I'm like, people be like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm just gonna put my phone on silent. I said, I don't even gotta do that no more, honey. It used to be, no more. Now I'm just dry.
right.
This new era of life equals dry.
In my brand new era.
Hey. How are you feeling, Nika?
I'm feeling good. You know, two of my siblings turned 21.
Yes.
God bless them.
Forever 21. I want to be forever 21.
Do you really want to be forever?
Forever.
Did you have fun? Did y'all celebrate?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love to hear it.
Wow. How old are we?
We're young.
If you've been listening to this podcast since season 1,
Yeah.
you know how old we are.
You know. Plus, we did an episode last year all about how old we are.
Yes.
And it's in the title.
And we're almost there.
Okay.
We're almost to another realm, another dimension.
Yeah.
Very much through this journey of discovery.
Very much so.
Very
Finding
much
you
so.
and finding me,
And
most
we're
importantly.
Most importantly, period. Are you feeling good, Frenchie?
I'm feeling good. I'm rested.
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely.
That's important.
That is
You
important.
must be rested.
Yeah, I had to get my damn rest. I said, look, fuck it.
I'm happy.
Go to sleep.
I know. I was talking to my mom this morning. She said, well, she used your real name, and she said, "Poor little Frenchie. I haven't seen her in so long since she got that new shift."
Right.
She said, "I understand though," because she said, "Whenever I worked that graveyard, I was dead to the world."
Yeah.
She was like, during the day, I slept all day just so that I could make it to work. At
Right.
the time, she was like, I couldn't do nothing.
Yes. I'm like, I don't know, something about this week, I just told myself, let it be. Just sleep, girl. So I haven't been getting up until like about 3 or 4, which is like pretty late. Like since I've been working this shift, it's only like a couple weeks, but that first week I was still waking up at like 12, like ready to go. But I don't know, this week I said, girl, just rest.
You got to.
Yeah.
Listen to your body. It's important.
Rest your bones.
Rest your bones.
Shout out to Bones and Body.
Hey. Shout out. Let's get into this word of the day.
Let's do it.
And yes, she is a bitch. BICTH. And in that order.
All right, y'all. The word of the day is return.
Return of the man.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God. Return.
Once again.
To go back or come back again. To go back in thought, practice, or condition. Revert. Okay, so my question is, if 106 in Park was to return, who would be good hosts?
Oh.
Good host.
Hosts.
That's a good question.
Is a good question.
People suck these days.
Yeah.
You know who would be good though? Hey Woo. Hey, Jessie Woo. She would do really good.
Yeah.
Hey, Woo.
Jessie Woo would be a good host for the 106 in Park.
That would be a good one.
Jessie Woo and who else?
Right.
Yikes.
I know. Huh?
I don't know. I'm trying to feel like what man could I pair with Jessie Woo? That'll be like good.
Carlos King or something? I don't know.
Speedy.
But that's not that. I wouldn't put him there.
I wouldn't put Speedy there. I wouldn't put Carlos King there either. You know, who are the
Terrell?
Yep.
Terrell.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Great job. Whoa. Just like that came to you.
Stellar.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's my vote. Da-da.
Yeah, if there were to be like an added to Jessie Woo and Terrell, I would say the DJ I would choose Rose God any day.
Oh yeah.
Of
Oh yeah. I would have the DJ be a more integral part of the show too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Please.
I
It'd
feel
be
like
too good.
DJs are important people.
DJs
They
are so important.
And I'm so sick of everybody trying to be one. Oh, man. It feels like.
And the DJs are sick of it too.
Oh
Yes,
my
they
goodness.
are.
Whenever I tell you, it's almost the equivalent of, remember whenever we all went, obviously we went into a pandemic, right?
Right.
Yes.
Remember whenever we had our podcast prior to said pandemic, and then we went into that pandemic, and everybody all of a sudden was like, I'm creating a podcast, and now everybody has a podcast, and now it's kind of like,
Yeah.
not y'all all climbed on this train in 2020. It's like we've been doing this for years before then, but okay, cute, whatever.
Yeah.
It feels like that right now. It feels like the DJ mixes and like, you know, the living room flows and all that stuff have been really popping on YouTube.
Yeah.
And now everyone's buying their DJ set. You know, hell, I thought about doing that at one point.
Same.
Yeah.
I
same,
did. I
same.
thought about it. I just knew I didn't have the aptitude to be
I feel like you have to be so incredibly well versed to be a really
good
DJ.
You know, and I know that I know my specialty, but if I really
Yeah.
wanted to get booked for everything, I would need to know everything. You know, I need to be able to. I just know I can't, not right now. It's not going to be a thing. You know, if I was in a DJ duo, I probably would just duo it with a DJ who I felt like kind of complimented me but didn't mirror me.
Yeah.
But I was very much along the lines of, I thought about it for a minute, but then now you see everybody else with these transitions and they're putting these
God.
remixing.
Mixing everything with everything.
Pete, can I just
Talk
say,
about it.
Can we please let us take away isolated vocals from the people? Take it away. Take it away, because y'all are slapping Mary Had a Little Lamb on top of whatever. And it sounds crazy.
And they be thinking they eating. They be like,
They be like,
Yeah, they be like, ooh, yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, no.
Y'all
I
know
did-
about this.
makes me so sick. Oh, I did the craziest drop right here. And I'd be like, where was the drop? It dropped off. That's what it did. Off the table.
Right off the cliff.
Ugh.
It's a mess. I have so much respect for DJs. Like,
Yes.
since I started going to raves and stuff, like, I have a newfound love and respect for them. So when I see somebody and they not doing it, I'd be like, oh, Sequest would never.
Would never.
DJ Nico would never. Bebe would never. Margarita would never.
None of them. Whatever.
But yeah. Shout out to the DJs. Shout out
out
106
to
Park.
Shout out
Yes.
to the DJs.
Yeah. Let's get into For the Birds. Yeah. For the Birds, it's the part of the show where I look at social media. I stopped saying Twitter. Fuck it. Yeah. You noticed. Y'all noticed?
Period.
Yeah. I just look at social media. Okay. I see what's going on, what's popping, what's going down. And we talk about it. We discuss. First things first.
I'm the realest. Drop this in with the who will feel it. Hey. Iggy, Baby, who that?
I'm so fancy.
You already know.
Oh, in the fast lane. From where? From LA to Tokyo.
I'm so fancy.
You
You can taste this girl. Remember my name, but to blow, whoa, whoa. Crash the hotel. Let's get drunk at the minibar. Hey.
Make the phone calls. I feel so good getting what I want. Yeah, keep on turning it up. She was fucking that shit.
She was. She was.
Charlie.
Charlie. Shout out Girl, you still got it.
You do.
You do.
All these years later, you still got still shutting how you love that. I got the whole world asking how it does that. Hot girl, hands off, don't touch that. Look at it, I bet you what you clutch that.
The voice.
It's just the way you like it. So good, make you wish you could bite it.
And y'all know I be like, I like Iggy. Yeah, I like me a little Iggy.
I can't even lie. Iggy has had some bops.
She's had some bops.
If you heard some Iggy's bops,
you know.
You would know.
Yes, you would.
They exist. Okay.
You would.
But yes, first thing I have for the birds today. Go ahead and close them doors, y'all. Close them doors. Close them doors. Close them doors, y'all. Everybody up here in this pulpit with me, $100. All of y'all give me $100 right now. All of y'all watching. It's about 1,000 of y'all watching right now. Give me $20.
1,000 of y'all in the crowd. 1,000 of y'all on the live stream.
$20. We need to be able to get $40,000 up in this congregation today. And I'm not opening up them doors until y'all give from your heart.
And you know how quick my phone would have dialed 911?
There's a hostage situation.
I'd have been like, they will not let me out the doors of this church unless I give them $20.
Okay.
I need someone to come here stat. Because we're being held in contempt of the Lord.
Okay, let me tell you.
Apparently.
Because let me tell you what's going on. All right. Never would have paid it. Never would have paid it. I'm not fucking with you. Marvin Sapp. What is you doing, Marvin Sapp?
You must have lost it all.
Yeah, you must have lost it all. And now we see.
Oh.
Okay.
That's your scamming me.
You're scamming me.
Child, Marvin Sapp is ganking the people. Okay. Marvin Sapp is coming for the congregation's pockets. All right. Now, over this past Lord's Day, Sunday, right? He was at his congregation and he was giving a sermon. And you know, if you've been to church, you know there's always that portion where they're like, okay, if you want to give, if you want to donate, if you want to tithe, and why can I not think of the other word?
Tithes and offerings.
Offering. I'm like donation. It's not donation. Offering.
Donate.
Silver and gold have I not.
Okay.
Tithes and offering. You know, they pass around the plate, or you come up to the front, and you know you give what you can to the church. What you can to the church.
Yes.
What you
do.
can.
Now, this Sunday, Marvin had him a different dream. Okay. He said, today, y'all cannot leave this tabernacle if you don't allot me $40,000 today. No word yet. I haven't heard if that $40,000 was gotten. I don't know.
Oh, ain't no way.
But Marvin Sapp commanded the whole pulpit of people behind him. He said, all of y'all up here with me, you give $100 from your pocket. And he pulled out his wallet. He started pulling out bills. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Count out that 100. He's live streaming this, right?
We can see you got money in your
right.
Okay. He's live streaming this. And so he says to the people that are actually in the church, he said there's about 1,000 of y'all in here right now. All of y'all reach into your pockets, reach into your wallets, give me $20. Now, like I said, he's also live streaming. And so he says also to the 1,000 of y'all that's watching this live stream, $20. We need to get $40,000 today because y'all need to be obedient to God's word. Y'all need to be obedient and y'all need to give. And he literally told the ushers to close the doors and not let people go until that $40,000 was gotten.
Just, you know, you were looking for it because you know my thing is being as aware as you are in this climate. You were definitely looking for a moment. You could not wait for this to be live streamed, and you could not wait for this to go because you knew it was going to go viral. You knew that was going to go viral. You closing the doors of the people in the church, just lock them in till they. Well, you didn't lock them. You just closed the doors,
right?
Yeah,
but still, you knew that was going to go viral.
What the hell is going on up over there, Marvin?
That's not how business works, honey. It works in a way whenever you don't have a lot of income coming in, you start cutting costs. You don't just start asking people for extra money who don't owe you a dime. They give what they can and they move. They come for their word. You can be hosting church inside of just a small little bedroom if you wanted to, with about 5 to 6 congregation members, and that's church. That's the word, right? It don't matter where you worship as long as people are worshiping. As far as I'm concerned, so I just feel like what, you know, it sounds like you having some money troubles to me.
That's what I'm hearing.
Which also sounds like you need to start on the business end, find out what can you start cutting costs on so that you're not over here drowning in whatever you got going on. Because that was a very specific number.
That's $40,000.
I was like, you must need that money.
What are you paying off?
Because how do you even come up with that? Like, oh yeah, today we need $40,000 today.
Like you need to meet a goal.
Huh?
By the end of the day.
This is not send it on. This is not any kind of live charity event where people are calling for fire relief and we just raised this and that. No, this is literally church.
Right.
Yeah.
Church.
Choice.
You came up with a number and was like, this is what we need, and we need it by today. Hold on. You need it by today.
Right.
Not me. Not my responsibility.
Because what do you mean?
Right.
I ain't see Jesus in his sandals come on down here, walk through these doors and say, hey y'all, so I know I'm up there and everything, but like I kind of need 40 grand.
You know?
If y'all could spare 40 grand, Jesus need it. Jesus love you. Jesus need it though.
I'm going to give you a prayer and keep it stepping. Do you know if I was watching that live stream, I would have turned my TV off so quick.
Maybe I would have called the FBI. Like, someone is extorting people for $40,000 live on air right now.
Using the religion to do it.
Using the religion to do it.
They mostly do it always in religion. It's always a religion. They
always
always get away with it.
religion.
Always get away with it.
Yep.
Now with the way.
Colts and cons.
Yeah, you know?
Coats and cons.
Honestly.
Okay. So, yeah, child. They wouldn't have got me. I'm leaving.
Immediately.
What you gonna do? Stop me? I'm gonna beat you up. I've been in the gym. Okay.
Because,
You can't go. Y'all see that right there? If you looking on YouTube, y'all see that look. Y'all
that
see
gun.
that step? Y'all see that step?
That's Sapp.
That step right there. That bicep.
You ain't playing no games.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's just ridiculous. But next, someone that deserves a little praise, okay? Outside of the tabernacle. Okay, I got the queen of the read right here. If y'all don't know what was happening over on Twitter this week, someone had posted a photo. Their at is Dare Rule. Like at Dare Rule. Okay.
Yes.
And they posted family photos. Them and their, I don't know if this is their husband or just their boyfriend. I would assume husband. And he and his husband are dressed in all denim, and they have the cutest little baby girl on their lap, and she's dressed in all denim too. So obviously this is their daughter, right? And they posted this photo, absolutely adorable family, and y'all know what happened, y'all.
You already know.
Y'all
Up in arms.
know what happened. People
Up
started
in arms.
up in arms, and this isn't natural, and this is terrible, and why is it 2 men raising up a woman? Well, a little girl, and whoop, all this shit, right? Then enters Pink Pilates Princess, okay, at
Amazing.
Kunta Kunti, okay? At Kunta Kunti, okay? Shout out to you, girl.
Yes.
She
Doing the work.
rolled up on the scene, baby. You would have thought she was the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She rolled up and she said, a lot of y'all have 0 fathers. So I understand why seeing someone have two of them, okay, may trigger y'all, right? So the people started coming for her left and right. And she came at them upside down,
Hey.
left, right, turn you around, put you in the stove, take you out, fillet you, flambe you. Okay?
Filet of flambe.
Okay? My favorite one is this one. Let me read it. Okay. Someone responded and they said, you going against God, bitch.
Whoa. Whoa. That's such a small but loaded statement for you to be saying to
Okay.
me.
Loaded.
Okay. This person responded and said, you going against God, bitch. You going straight to hell. And she responded and she said, So does that mean you going to hell for being ugly? I thought God didn't like that either.
Because I know he don't.
Because I know he don't.
I know he don't.
And she literally was coming for everybody. Everyone that had something negative to say. Mm-hmm. Someone said this is wrong and everybody know it. God didn't make Adam and Steve. She responded with, now y'all know y'all media is open, right? On Twitter. People can see the photos and videos that you put. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So she started going for people's media.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You got to.
Absolutely.
Brought the tweet back up and she said, oh, I'm surprised you think like this, because if you would have asked me, I would have thought you wanted Adam and Steve. And it's a picture of this man with the most boneless and driest twist I ever seen in my life. Talking about, this brown looks good on me. Bitch, what are you? In the back of a cab? Take me home. What? Where to? Home.
Remember that one? Home. Where the bitch?
Where do you live?
You know,
I need an address. I need numbers, baby. I don't know where your house is.
I really don't.
I can't wait till I have a driver that knows where my house is, though, honey. Oh, well, don't. If there's one thing, there may not be many, but there will be signs the moment I get money, and one of them will be, I will have a driver.
Amen.
Oh my goodness! I will have a driver. He gonna be trained too. He gonna be trained in the zoom, zoom, zoom. You know, I need to make sure he's certified in whatever.
Certified swerver
from point A to point B if I need to be. If there's an emergency on the freeway and I need to you need to get me to where I need to go safely. So I need a driver.
Someone said you sound dumb as shit. She said, "Daddy on her arm, no daddy on your arm."
That's what it is. That's what it is. They're upset.
Woo! Last one. So there's so many. Like this thread is gold. When I tell you she came from all necks, she did.
Comedy.
Someone said, I would rather not have a father than to have this. Not in a homophobic way though. Don't know.
That's the only way it
that's
can
the
be
only
received.
way it could be received. Okay. And she responded and she said, would you really? Because maybe if you had a dad, he would have kept it real and told you that you have a face that only a mother could lie to. Not love. Lie to. My God.
Whoa.
Terrible.
So shout out to you, girl, queen of the breed. You were great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Keep them coming.
Kunta Kunti. Shout out to you.
Kunta.
Okay. And last thing I have here. So I've been obsessed with this YouTuber who I found recently. Her name is Miley. Peace Miley, I think is her YouTube at. And she reviews like movies and stuff like that. She just breaks them down, talks about movies that like pissed her off and like plots that were kind of crazy. And so I just kind of started thinking about movies and TV. And so my question is, what movie and or TV show do you think had the best cast to you personally? I have a couple.
Okay, what are yours?
Number one, TV show, Pose.
Okay.
That was perfect cast to me. Loved them down. Loved the show. Perfect show too. Damn. Also, Snowfall. Another perfect cast. As far as movies, I don't know. I had to think about that. No, actually, no. As far as movie, I know which one. They Clone Tyrone. Ooh.
Yeah.
Perfect cast.
Yeah.
Perfect cast. I still watch that shit like it just came out.
Truly. A great one.
So good.
So good.
Do you have any at the moment that you could think of?
Perfect cast for TV show. I'll say Revenge.
Oh, Revenge had a good cast.
Revenge.
That's So Raven.
Yes.
Movie off the top of my head. Cheetah Girls.
Hey. Cheetah Girls.
Okay.
Cheetah Girls was perfect. And there was one more, but I can't think of it. It'll come to me in a minute after you say yours.
Okay. Come on, Wicked. My perfect movie cast.
Wicked.
I have no issues with anyone in Wicked.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, if there was one, it might be, I don't know.
Big back.
No. Many years I have waited for a gift like yours to appear. My dear.
My dear.
I'll write it once to the wizard. Tell them of you in advance. I think that's only one that.
Definite check.
If you work as you should,
you'll be making good.
If there was one, I had it was that. But aside from that, whenever she redeemed herself with her green skin.
Oh,
she redeemed herself. The moment she that cast said, hey,
redeemed.
That's wonderful. That's good.
Star of the show, the GOAT.
Absolutely.
And the horse.
And the horse.
Absolutely.
I didn't see her either.
You must have blended into the foliage.
Horse takes me down
every time because this is so perfect timing. So yes, I'll say that for a movie, and then for show, My Wife and Kids. It doesn't get any better than My Wife and Kids. An amazing show with an amazing cast, and the chemistry was just all that needed to be and more.
Agreed.
And I'll list a new show. Survival of the Thickest. That show
Survival
also.
of the Thickest. Yeah.
Season
Perfect
2 is
cast.
here.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
Perfect cast.
Can't wait to watch. Waiting the Exhale. Yes. Soul Food. The Best Man movies.
Fuck the family.
Family. Yeah.
Best Man. That's a good one.
Yeah, the Best Man movie.
Oh, I just love Tay Diggs' little zany ass. Put him in anything.
I love
you have to.
Love him.
You have to.
In anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the work.
Yeah.
He's doing the
and
work.
I will say GUST because we just watched the documentary on Apple.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
The movie with the...
And Whoopi was talking about how it wasn't going to be her. And I was like, but you were perfect.
A great documentary. If y'all haven't seen it,
watch it.
Number one on the call sheet. It's for Apple. They have a new documentary. The first part is men and the second part is women. And they're both groups of people, amazing actors who are number one on the call sheet. And we watched that recently. And whenever I tell you, -1, I agree. -1, but we'll just talk about that later.
Yeah.
And whenever I tell you Whoopi, literally, as you see her, fighting for roles that, all these roles that she's known for and iconic in, and even she won the Oscar for Ghost, right?
Yep.
All those roles were not supposed to be her. She literally was as a black actress, I had to work to find roles. She said I would go and dig through stuff that people had thrown out. Oh, we're not doing this because so-and-so won't do it. And so then Whoopi would call them and be like, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, what? We didn't even think that you'd be interested. Yes, I can do this. Put me on to it. She would just call and just work.
That's what's up. Damn.
So she would so-and-so doesn't want to do this, or this one big star doesn't want to do this. She would just any role that a big star didn't want to do, then they just shelf the movie. She'd be like, no, wait, I could do it. You want to see me? I can do it. I can do it. I can play beautiful. I can play this. I can play that. That's how she got herself out of that box.
Yeah. Right? Sister Act would not have had her.
She said Sister Act. She said I was supposed to go to Bette Midler. She just didn't want to do it. I called.
I could see that.
Yeah, she said I had to call them and be like, I can do this.
And Cher was supposed to be in Ghost.
Bitch, I could see that.
Yeah, but all those big stars didn't want to do certain things. She would have to call and be like, hey, I can do this. I'll try me. I'll try. I can do it. I know I can do it.
Amazing.
So all those.
Damn, shout out to that kind of determination.
Yeah, and you would think because this is all after Color Purple.
Yeah.
Right.
So Color Purple, she knew she had that. Because they approached her and they said, we want you to play Celie. And the reason why she got that role was because before she had obviously been familiar with Color Purple in the book.
Yeah.
And she had written to Alice Walker, and she told Alice Walker, she said, if you ever make this into any kind of film, I would love to be in it, even if it's dust on the table. I just want to be in it. And they came to her and said, we want you to play Celie. And she was like, oh, I didn't expect that one. I was but she would think after such a big movie that the roles would just start rolling in for her, and that was not the case.
Right.
She said, I literally had to start calling people on the phone, going searching through scripts and what was thrown out, and let me see how I could, I read this script and I could fit here, but they don't know that I could. So let me call them and see if I can. And I was like, she was doing work.
Wow.
That's why she's an EGOT.
Yeah.
That's
Period.
why right there. Damn.
She literally had to. There was no, it was much more than just I have an agent. It was very much
her doing the work.
A lot of the work too.
Shout out to doing the work.
Shout out to doing
Shout
work.
out to doing the
honestly.
work.
Seriously. Yeah, that's all I got for the birds. Yeah. Let's get into our pay of dust and our shining moment. Our pay of dust. Our pay of dust is something that had us messed up, upset, fucked up from the week that we just want to, dust off our shoulders. And then our shining moment. Yeah. Our shining moment is something that brought us joy and happiness that we would like to shine a light on. Anybody? Any volunteers? Oh.
Me?
I just didn't know the face you were giving was
At this point.
Anytime somebody starts somewhere at this point and you haven't even really said nothing
They
yet.
tired about something.
At this point, I just I have nothing to pay dust.
Hey.
Okay.
I don't. I'm thinking back to the energy invested in certain, and I'm just like, no, I don't have anything to pay dust.
Hey, I love it.
It is what it is. Got to start to reframe the mind. Shining moments. Nika's sister turned 21, and we went to round 1 and ate good pizza. I want some pizza so bad. Oh my goodness.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, if we can get off
Get a
this
little
mic.
pizza.
Yeah, if we can get off this mic and a good time, I might want some pizza.
I want some little pizza.
But yeah, we had pizza, did some bowling, and it was just a good time. So I would say let the good times roll.
On my Robin Roberts.
Oh,
If you know the Robin Roberts grip, baby, a bowling champion.
Okay.
Good in all fields.
Good at all fields.
You already
She
know
said, I put my skills
to the
test, babe.
And passes flying colors.
Like, I wonder what Robin.
What?
Let me not get rude and
Act right.
disrespectful.
Act
What?
right.
Let me not get rude and disrespectful because I love Robin Roberts and I
do too.
Never disrespect her.
Never.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us after.
I'll tell you.
Also, Gail King, don't get on that.
Do not get on that
in
motherfucking spaceship.
Gail, do not get on the spaceship. I
Please.
promise you.
Don't do it.
Please.
You had your friends in your ear, and your kids are okay with you going, and Oprah's trying to convince you to go. Oprah ain't going.
She not.
But Gail, do not get on the. Don't get on the shit. Don't get on the shit.
Don't get on that Sputnik, girl. Don't get on that
the
Sputnik.
spaceship.
Please don't go.
No, don't. It's okay. It's okay to report it. Report on it from the ground. I do not think that you need to be in space. And I don't think you do either. You're terrified. You're talking terrified about this. No.
Crying, like tears are in your eyes.
Like, no.
Girl, don't do it.
Don't
You
do it.
seen Interstellar? Girl.
Don't do it.
Okay, because them folks that was up there since like last year,
And they
just got back.
they just got back.
They just got back.
They're supposed to be going for what?
like 3 days.
3
Yeah.
days, and it became
6,
months.
7 months.
Yeah, months.
Don't do it, Gail.
Girl.
Don't do it, girl. You're gonna come back. They're gonna have somebody else sitting at your desk. They're gonna tell you, oh, you was lost at sea. You was lost in space.
It's going to be the biggest day in news history because it's going to be Katy Perry. It's going to be Gail King. They're going to be covering that all morning.
All morning. No.
And I'm be like, I can't even watch that. My nerves is bad.
I know.
You see one spaceship go down,
You seen them all.
nerves is bad.
Did y'all know? Okay, so the Challenger, right? That's the one. It was a big deal, like
Yeah.
in the 80s, right? 90s, 80s, early 80s. I mean, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
the time. But that was when they put civilians and teachers and all this stuff on it. All of our parents watched it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right? My
Yeah.
mom definitely did.
Yes.
As a child. And I learned that on that space shuttle, now if you know what happened, the Challenger, it took off, it exploded very shortly after, no survivors, right?
Yeah.
I learned that one of the people that was supposed to be on that Challenger was Big Bird. They almost blew up Big Bird.
Imagine the kids.
They would have had to erase him from the show, right? Because everybody, all
they're
the
gonna
kids,
be like, Big Bird is dead.
That would have been
Yes.
like Big Bird. No, well, if I was in front of
They would've
Sesame
did him
Street,
like
I'd have been
Shamu.
right back.
Nah,
They would have did him like
I'm
Shamu.
back.
They couldn't have done that. They would have had to take Big Bird out of the show.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that have been insane?
I think that they wouldn't have used the real actor who played the Big Bird, though.
Well, probably not.
They
but
would
I
have
mean,
probably just used a random ass.
But you know, it's not the person inside the suit.
It's the suit.
Yeah, it's the suit. Damn. We almost lost Big Bird, y'all.
Almost.
We could have been a generation that grew up watching Sesame Street without Big Bird. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh. Well, pay us to that.
Right, and pay dust to that. I don't have anything to pay dust. My shining moment is, I was being a girl. Hey,
Yeah.
I got my little toes done. I've been, obviously I got my hair done last week, but I've been, maintaining it, keeping it done. It's a little rough right now because I just woke up a couple hours ago.
It's okay. Me too.
Right.
Me too.
But yeah, I just had a good time. I'm starting the process of buying a home.
Oh, what?
Bitch. Yeah. What? Me and my mom.
Just are dead.
Yeah. Me and my mom and my sister.
I wish I had horns. All I have is applause. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes. Me, my mom, and my sister, we are starting the process. So, like, my mom found a house in the area and she really wants it. We found out there's like an offer on the house already, but, well, that don't mean that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If it happens, it will. If not, we'll move on to the next. But it's kind of exciting. Like, whoa.
Wow.
Might own a home by the end of this year.
Oh my gosh.
You will own a home.
Period.
Isn't that
Got
crazy?
stake in this.
That's amazing.
It is.
Oh my God. That means you and then me because she's so close to us,
Yeah. That means it's going to happen for me soon too.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Touch her.
It's in the neighborhood. It's in the neighborhood.
Yep, I feel the energy.
Yeah,
Let me
you feel
transfer
it?
it to you.
Whoa. Oh, that was powerful.
Yeah. Did you give yours?
No, I'm about to. Pay a Dust. Right now my Pay a Dust is about Marvel because they're supposed to be making the Blade movie and they've just been stalling. So that means that Mahershala Ali's career has been like on pause because they've been trying to like get this into production. They keep being like, we're gonna cancel it, we're not gonna cancel it, we're gonna cancel it. Now we're in the process of canceling it again, and I'm just mad about that because I love Blade. I love
too.
Blade so much.
I've never seen Blade.
It's
Blade
so
2 is the
good.
best one.
Yeah, the second one, love it, hands down.
I got to get into it. I got me a super box recently. I got everything you could
Oh,
ever ask
yeah.
for and more need in that super
Really
box.
good
The super box
stuff.
had everything in it.
I love me a vampire movie
Yeah.
all day, every day. So I'm just mad about that.
And I'm so mad because he's gonna be the perfect Blade.
Yes.
And they're just wasting so much time.
Wasting so much time. Hate
Terrible.
it. Hate it so much because I just feel like there are so many missed opportunities that happen because he's, banking on being Blade. So
Yeah. And they probably got him in a contract that said you can't
Yes,
go do
exactly.
nothing else.
Exactly.
I'm waiting on y'all. What's going on?
right, I'm in this 360 deal. Like
Honestly, what it's feeling like.
yeah, can't even go get more work. But that's my Pay a Dust. Shining moment. My sister turned 21. My little brother turned 21. People are growing up.
They are.
And I just don't know what to do. But we had fun. My sister was bowling. She was killing us. Okay?
She was.
Good God.
She was killing it.
Good, killing us. Highest
can only
score on the
imagine.
board. My granny won the first round, but then she had a hiccup.
Messed it up.
She had a hiccup. Started asking us for advice, girl. You said you was gloating.
You was just winning.
You were just gloating. Oh, who's got the highest score? Now what?
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
oh.
You were floating.
No, she was. She was parading around. Ooh, let me get a picture. What that say? It says my name.
You know,
Okay,
and then
girl.
you see the mighty fall. You be
Then
like,
you
hold
got
on.
done in by all your grandkids. Well,
Except one.
except
Poor Brie.
I already knew it was gonna be. I already knew.
girl, she was
I
throwing
think
the bowling ball.
by the time she got to the end, I think she only had 30 points. I said,
She was throwing that bowling ball up to God.
Wow.
And it was going right into the gutter.
Girl, I said, we on our 10th round and you on the 30s.
I was just...
How did that happen?
We tried to help her.
We did. It's okay.
Multiple people tried to help her. It's
I
okay.
did too. It just happens.
It's okay. Still had fun.
Right.
Ian did. Hey y'all, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. Again, don't forget to follow us at TBU Podcast on all of our social platforms and email us at theblackUmbrellaPC@gmail.com. Also, we have a link in our bio that will help you join our Discord and stay connected with us throughout the week. So don't forget. Shall we get into the Gust to Win?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Tay in the wind.
Hey. Welcome, everyone. My name is Wes. This is the Gust to Win segment where I talk about new music and pop culture. And today it's just new music. So put on your seatbelts and get ready to play those records. All right?
Girl.
Put your headphones on. First, we have Kash Doll. Came out with the Kash Commandments. KK. That's happy that there's no other K in there.
Because somebody is rolling around real proud with that third K. So much so that they've recreated an outfit, but in a different color.
Ridiculous. That man is crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, Kash Commandments. What do we think? Kash Doll got some new heat out.
I like this.
Sound advice.
Every time that Kash Doll gets on a mic, Kash Doll means what she says.
Yes, she does.
Which is nice.
And I believe her.
I believe her.
She said, let me tell you how to stand on your own 2 feet, get away from these men that is doing you wrong.
Yeah. Have your own.
1, okay. 2, she took us down.
Yeah.
Through all the
let's
steps.
let you know. All that needs to be done.
Yes.
I think Kash Doll did great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Really good
10 out of 10. No notes.
No notes.
Next, we have the Pocket Queen, The Royal Flush, Rick Express, and Matt Rose. Play on plus So High.
Yeah.
I liked this.
That
This
was
was
really
cute,
good.
This is a
right?
vibe.
Yeah.
Typing all them names out was a struggle for me. I was like, the Pocket Queen, comma, comma. I said, I hope this is good. I played it. I said, oh.
Yeah. Really, really good shit. I would love to hear this in the club because it gives that
You know
vibe.
it?
You in the club, it come on, you like, hold on.
Move my hips.
Yeah. Get into it.
Oh, did I tell y'all what I found out recently?
What?
So,
Oh.
you know how we used to go to Rage,
Yeah.
and then Rage turned into Heart.
Yeah.
WeHo.
And then they started being like, give me money at the door.
Yeah.
It's now a new name.
Oh.
Heart WeHo is gone, and now it's, you know how there's Beaches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like another reworked version of Beaches, and they're calling it Beaches something. Let me see, because I had the name and I just couldn't believe, because I was looking up I had a friend who was here this weekend, and I said, I wonder if they still do this stuff at Heart.
Haven't they taken enough from us?
I said, I wonder if they
Haven't
still
they?
do the Black Nights at Heart on
Blazing
Sunday.
Saddles,
It is
Playhouse.
Beaches Tropicana First Wave now. Beaches Tropicana. So there's Beaches, which is the bar, and
Yeah.
then Beaches Tropicana, which is now
Like the club?
the club.
Essentially? Okay.
Same club, different name, and also under different management. So I don't think they have a Black Night there anymore, which kind of sucks. Because he was like, I'm looking for something to do on Sunday. I said, well, I know Fridays for sure. The Chapel of the Abbey
Oh, yes.
goes
The Abbey.
crazy.
Oh, yes.
For the black people, and they've got a great DJs down there. If you ever come to LA on a Friday and you want to be with the gays,
Yeah.
you know where to go. I'm telling you right now, that's where you need to go. It's a great time. We have had a good time
Every time.
Indoor, outdoor.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. Don't matter. But it used to be Sundays were club nights. We used to go out on Sundays too. Don't play. We used to be out in these streets, okay? But
Wow.
it's a new place now, so just
Okay.
keep that in mind. You know, ain't nowhere for people to go nowadays. However,
Right.
we know some places. If you need some places, you let us know, and we'll tell you. But I like that. Next, we have Momo Boyd, American Love Song.
If I wasn't so American.
I might love you more. Yeah.
My goodness. Momo Boyd. So, for those who don't know, Infinity Song is the group.
Yes.
Momo Boyd.
Y'all remember them.
You know?
Feels to be a hater.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Momo's first single, like solo single, away from the group. This song is amazing. I put it on. I was driving from somewhere, And I was like, oh, from the moment that she enters the track, what's wrong with my love that you choose to give it up? I was like, and what's the matter with my heart? I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Asking the right motherfucking questions.
I was like,
Yes.
To give it up. Oh.
Yeah.
You're the kind of guy that makes your mind up, changes it 2, 3, 4 times. You say, yay. Like, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love this.
I loved every last bit about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was one of those songs where you hear it once and I played it again and I played it again and I went to go watch the video and I played it again. And I was like, she's gorgeous.
Yes.
Her voice, her tone is perfect. These lyrics are perfect. This song is perfect. My gosh. I mean, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's great.
It kicked up so much discourse online.
You know,
did.
I didn't see the discourse. It never hit my timeline. And I did see you tweeting about the discourse. And I said, well, surely, you know, we have a lot of the similar. So I said, I'll see something about it. I saw nothing but good on my timeline. So what did they have going on over there on the other?
They were comparing her to their favorite white American singer, Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
They were talking about
there's no compare where you don't compete.
And who not competing?
And that's not
Lana.
even shady. That's just like, huh? Well, this is a black woman singing. You can't never complain on black woman.
Now that I always agree with. I always agree with that.
What? Compare me to Lana Del Rey.
Comparing her to Lana Del Rey. They also have a newfound, I guess, disgust and hatred and just like real problem with like the imagery of like Americana, and they hated that's like, you know, that's kind of like what the song revolves around, and you know the sound. Yeah. Thank you. Okay,
they were like,
thank you.
Why are black Americans talking about liking America?
What's with all this Americana imagery coming from these black folk, and you know they don't like it, and then they started talking about like femininity, and they were talking
country
about
that we built.
So that's what I'm saying, right?
Exactly.
The
Number
one that
one,
we built.
We built this
it.
brick by brick, literally. Okay.
Crop by crop.
Crop by crop, brick by brick. Okay. Then
we were property. We were not people.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. So don't. We were literal investment properties for people. Like literally, we were not seen as people. People were buying us as if we were machines and telling us we need to do certain to build this nation.
Yep.
Slaves built the White House.
Yep. Sure did. There's picture.
Most of the things.
Painting.
Yep.
Most of the historical things you see.
Drawing. Orally. I mean, it's there.
What do you mean?
It's there, but the people, they don't like it. They hated it. Why is she singing about this? Why is she using this imagery? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? So much.
Because she's a Southern belle.
So much to say about them. My God.
Yeah.
And I said all this hubbaloo over this song, when the song itself
ain't even about.
It's not. It's about a man who ain't shit and can't commit, and is using the American individualism for why he can't love her. So if anything, I would say, wouldn't that be more so a criticism of America, and saying that because Americans want to be so individualistic in their choices and in their values and shit, that's why they're unable to be very, I don't know, open, loving, understanding. Okay.
That's simple. That's wild. I did not know that. I didn't see any of that. So I'm happy that you let me know about that one.
Yeah.
So for y'all who have not heard, please go check out Momo Boy. American Love Song is great.
It is.
Get into it. You'll love it. If you don't, hater. Let's do it again. You'll like it. I promise. Next. I mean, I'm telling y'all right now. Gucci this, Gucci that. Gucci everything. Gucci everything.
That's right.
Gucci everything. Louis this, Louis that. Hey, Louis everything.
Louis
Everything.
Louis me everything.
Give me this, give me that.
Hey.
Give me everything. Y'all know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The OMG girls. This is what we're used to. We're used to the OMG girls giving us a little ratchet anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, OMG girls want all that goddamn money.
Got that money, honey.
Them girls went to work. They went to work because they have a new song out called Make a Scene.
Yes.
And it's very reminiscent of what's it called? Who Can I Run To? In a sense of how the video is shot. So it's like almost an homage to Escape. Because you can definitely see them. It's like a interesting Who Can I Run To / low-key Dreamgirls moment. Because there's 3 of them.
Yes.
And they're all kind of circulating around these mics. And it's a sexy song. And I'm happy to see the OMG girls in a space and lane that is grown and sexy. Mm-hmm. If you miss me, why my phone don't ever ring? Come on. I was like, oh, we gonna make a scene. What?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the men in the club were drooling over these women on that wrong stage. We had Jacob Lattimore over here. Mm-hmm. We had DC Young Fly over here. They had with Jazzy Fate.
Mm-hmm. Jazzy Fizzle Production.
Okay, he was right over there. I was like, they really got the people out for this video shoot.
Yeah.
And they did great. I mean, all the girls look good, sound better.
Yep.
This direction, I can get into this.
Love it.
I'm loving the R&B. And you know, the R&B is coming through because they're feeling it.
Yep.
We're feeling it. Mm-hmm. And also, Summer Walker did a little sample, little snippet of what she got coming, and I'm ready for that as well. So the R&B is really doing what it needs to.
They are churning it out.
Churning it out. They're churning it out, definitely, for sure. Mm-hmm. Next on my list, we have Tanner Addell, Going Blind. First of all, y'all, I hit a Frenchie and Nika because I saw that Tanner Addell was going viral on TikTok for telling her adoption story, which I did not know that Tanner Addell was adopted until a couple days ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very hard adoption story about, you know, her being the illegitimate child of a marriage in which her mom was married to a soldier who was deployed at the time, and her mom felt as though her biological mom felt as though she cheated and had a baby and was like, dag, like, I was not trying to do that. So while he was going and deployed, she, you know, had the baby and then gave her up for adoption. And Tanner grew up in a very interesting household environment where she was raised by a mom who was Mormon. All the children in the household, I think there are 5 of them all together. They were all adopted, so no one has any biological ties to their parents, their adoptive mothers. And Tanner just felt like she never fit in, of course, and didn't really have much of a standing or ground.
Mormons don't even believe in black people.
Right.
Okay. So she just really did not. She was so displaced in that situation, as to where one day she was reconnected with her biological dad. He sent her a little something, I think a gift on like her 16th or 17th birthday, in which her adoptive mother let her know, you know, we've known about him, he's known about you, but we've been waiting until you're 21. But you know, he wanted to send you a gift. You do with that what you want. She found him on Facebook. She friended him. They began to correspond just maybe 2 to 3 times a year. Checking in. She said she wasn't super invested because it was just a lot of energy for her to take on at the moment, but she did want to get a chance to meet him at some point. She did it was one of those 23andMe's, I think either 23andMe or Ancestry or one of the two. And she, with those kind of databases, whenever they have your DNA, they match you with, you know, people in your circle who are kind of close related, whether it be a distant cousin, a close cousin, whatever it be, right? She matched really, really, really high with one specific guy in the 23andMe. Turns out it's her biological brother from her biological mother. And it just so happens that as they're talking and they're looking at each other's faces and, you know, noticing all these different family resemblances that Tanner has to everyone, They also compare their numbers because I guess they give you a certain set of numbers that shows you how closely related you are to the individual.
Yeah.
And their numbers were astronomically high.
Through the roof.
Through the roof. It was like, usually like, with half siblings and things, it maybe be like 600 or 700 possibly or something like that. They were at like 3,000.
Yeah.
They had such a close relation that there was no way there was a step anything in there.
Yeah.
And it turns out the mom ended up getting pregnant with the dad before he deployed, and not the person who she cheated with after he was gone.
Yeah.
So Tanner is really their child, and she just didn't know, and
she just assumed.
And it just made Tanner feel so like, gosh, like my life did not have to be this way. Like,
yeah,
right?
Wow.
Now I always took on the burden of being an illegitimate child the whole entire time.
I'm legit as fuck.
I could have been there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't. So that was just
such a heartbearable thing.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking,
It was so good,
and
though.
it got to a point where Tanner wrote a song about it called "Going Blonde." And it was it's an homage to her and her mother that she never had, and the mom that she kind of came up with in her childhood dreams. But she did end up seeing a picture of her mom, and she said, "My goodness, like she was gorgeous. She was like Dolly Parton kind of gorgeous. It was just insane." So. It was wonderful. It was a very transparent story and very, very, very emotional.
Yes.
I loved it.
That's just such a wild story.
It is.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Because was she her mom's like first baby, right?
No,
she wasn't her first
because
baby.
the brother was older. The brother had been looking for her.
Right.
So
okay.
I think he said, I've been looking for you for a long time. So I'm guessing he might have some lucid memory of like her mom being pregnant. He was young at the time too. But he was like, I've been looking for you for a long time, and I've done every DNA thing that you could think of, and this happened to be my last one that I did, and I found you.
Wow.
Like what?
Damn, that is just so crazy because mom went into full panic mode. Like, oh my God, I cheated. Then I find out I'm pregnant. Oh my God, when I have this baby, I'm just going to give it away. And it's like, damn, mama, all you had to do was swab the son.
But I mean,
Swab the daughter.
I think back then it wasn't even like a thing where, it wasn't as advanced as it was now. And I feel like it got to a point where DNA now is very accessible. You can do a lot of swapping, but back whenever DNA was really coming out, it was very much exclusive to,
DNA,
authorities and whatnot.
DNA is so brand new. When did it come around? Like 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So new.
yep. So I just feel like she was in that panic state in sense. But she did end up finding out that her bio mom actually was not alive. She had passed away, which was really sad.
Yeah.
But this is very, you can hear it in her voice, the rawness, the truth.
That's why I loved with this release. She put, of course, the official version, but then she also put like, I guess like the first take of her singing the song on there, and it was just so raw. You could hear she's like crying as she's singing, like, ugh.
Ooh.
Greatness, Tanner.
Heavy.
I wanted to give my girl a hug after.
Man.
I know.
My goodness.
I was on the edge of my seat watching those videos.
Yeah, we all were. It was great.
God.
And the video was great too. I think she's gorgeous. I cannot wait to hear more, Tanner. So thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story. I love the music. All right. Next we have Next we have Keri Hilson. She came out with Bae.
Hey, baby.
I notoriously on this podcast, as I have said before, and I'll say it again, I am a Keri Hilson fan.
Yeah.
That first album
Yeah.
and certain pieces of that second album
Certain
were
pieces.
certain pieces. I don't think everything was great,
No, I agree.
but that first album and certain pieces of the first album, top to bottom, flawless 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Second album, there was some that I could have gone without, but it wasn't a bad album. That one had her biggest single on it, Pretty Girl Rock.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't. And she's a writer extraordinaire with that pen. She knows how to write and has written some hits, some bangers. So I just knew whenever Keri was coming out with Bae, it was going to be a hit.
It's going to be okay.
Well, I did listen to Bae. Can we there's a hole in my sock.
There's a hole in my boot.
Jesus. That's as I talk about this single, I see that hole. I want to know how we feel about Bae. Just first listen.
I was like, okay, I guess, sure. I just thought that with the rollout that she's been doing leading up to this single, I was expecting something a little bit more, with a lot more power behind it, a lot more force and energy behind it. And so for this to be the single, I was a little disappointed and let down. She sounded okay. I wouldn't say she sounds like amazing. She sounded okay to me, but and then the A Baby choice
that killed me. That's what took me to the ground. Because I was getting into it, and then
and then hey baby,
call me back, and then all I hear is
hey baby,
and I was like, I was taken aback. I was like,
yeah,
where is that? Why is Hurricane?
Why is Hurricane Chris up in this?
Up in this?
Okay. The more I listened to it, the less it annoyed me. Of course, like the more I was like, okay, I'm okay with it, I guess. But overall,
I'm happy that was your experience.
I was really.
When you've been gone for so long.
Something, yeah. And didn't we just talk about this? We talked about this very recently about two people.
Yeah, being gone and coming back.
When you've been gone for so long, we expect
more
greatness.
We expect, and this was a very soft launch. I'm not sure. I hope this kind of just comes and goes. To be honest, I want to hear what else she's got in that pocket. I want to hear some real. Keri, whenever you were in your bag for that first album, I want to hear some. Like, I want to hear a groaner version.
Pull that bag out the closet.
A groaner version of that first album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grown and sexy.
If you need to bring back the haircut, bring it back. I mean,
whatever you got to do.
To get back to. I don't want to come on too strong, but something happens when we slow down. When we slow down, I try to be ladylike, but I got you here tonight. Whatever you need to do to dig in that bag.
Yeah.
Shoot in my air. Baby, you was breaking it down.
Yeah.
If you come and you bring that back, I'm here for it.
Hopefully, I'm hoping another single or something will come out next week.
I'm hoping, and that it'll be, what we're looking for.
It will.
Because this, baby, you came out with a softball.
Did. It's okay. Just let it roll and let it be going, and let's get the next one coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one does not need a video, by the way. Just let this song come out.
Yeah.
Let it come.
Let it go.
Let it.
And then also, they let it put a remix. Don't eat that either.
Oh, yeah.
Just let it come and go. I'm ready for something else. But speaking of people who did come out the gate and actually started hitting hard, Amerie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I am an Amerie fan. I love her. Okay? I love her. Every time it start getting a little sunny outside, baby, I put both them albums on. Don't play with me. Love her down. Okay? So when I put this on, immediately smile on my face.
Yeah, something I'm familiar with.
Oh my God, she's doing it. She's coming back. She's coming back. She's here. This is a hard ball, okay?
Yeah.
She came out the gate swinging. This is great. This is, it's perfect.
I agree.
Perfect.
It truly was. Oh, Amerie. You've done something special with this one. And I can't wait to hear the whole project now, because now I need a project.
Yes.
Now I need a project at this point.
That's how you come out the
Girly Pop, that was great. I love what you've done.
I literally let it play for like a whole hour. It was just on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting ready.
Yeah. Hey now. Hey now, say now.
I was getting ready, to step on out the house. And I popped this one. I said, oh, this is the perfect song for me to get in my mood.
Perfect. Amerie, between Amerie and Melanie Fiona, I need y'all to come together and do some kind of tour.
Please.
Imagine if Melanie Fiona and Amerie just went on tour together. It'd be great.
I'd be there.
I would love that kind of show. I don't know if y'all friends or not. Get with each other.
Please.
Get into it. That's all you got to do.
Yes.
Next, we have Coco Jones. Came out with something new. Call You. How do we like it?
Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Because I don't know what that shit was you came out with a couple weeks ago.
I will say, though. I'm just going to say it.
Oh,
with the taste. I've been jamming to that ever since that Terrell show thing came out.
That did
was
turn
really
it
That
around.
is what
That was really
locked
good.
that song in for me because
I
I was
agree.
not sold on the recorded version.
I agree.
I heard her perform that thing live. Thank you, Terrell. My goodness,
Thank
the
you.
greatness
Yes.
of that Terrell.
for the arrangement on that because you did your thing.
Yeah. My
Absolutely.
goodness. So it was that performance that completely changed my scope of what that song was.
I
And
agree.
I can now listen to it and vibe out to it. But this you's where I need to
You
be.
is really good.
This is so good, girl.
So good.
I loved it. Kali Uchis,
Yes.
Sunshine and Rain. Mm-hmm. It sounded like a Kali Uchis song, something that you're familiar with.
You know,
Yeah.
Kali Uchis, she like to make the music.
She does.
You lay on the beach, it's the sunset. You got a flower
Yeah.
in your hair.
You chilling.
Coconut on the left.
I just want
Man on the right.
The video's
Yeah.
cute.
like I feel you. You make me feel like Kali Uchis has that vibe.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah. Chilling.
chilling.
Slow.
Oh, well, you can't. If you're not chill, you can't listen to Kali Uchis.
Kali Uchis is always going to give you a satin sheet. Satin
Yeah.
sheet.
Very much that
Satin
vibe.
sheets. Swear the satin.
She's very much that. Very much that vibe. I love this single as well. I think that Kali Uchis is just going to always keep on doing the Kali Uchis. And I'm fine with it.
I'm
you
fine
know your
with
lane,
it.
you know your pocket,
She
and you are
sure
very
do.
successful.
Yep.
She said, baby, every time I do this, the people show up. They show
So
out.
guess what?
I'm going to keep on.
Keep on doing it.
Keep on doing it.
Keep on
girl.
moving. Don't stop. No.
Keep on moving.
All right. Let me tell you about my Friday.
Okay.
Oh.
I got off work on Friday. It was a work week.
Yeah.
I had to cap my Friday off with a very difficult email to send to somebody and letting them know what they needed to be doing. It's a lot of going on this week with just communication not being where they need to be in certain spaces for work. And I was pissed off, and you know, I had receipts, so I was vindicated in all my dealings.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
I had
about.
receipts, dates, times, text messages. This is what happened, and it was like, there ain't no way you can prove that you didn't know nothing about, because we had correspondence.
I did my work.
I did my work, but needless to say, Friday was one of those days where it was like, all right, off work. Let me go ahead and get on this freeway and get my ass home. And we know, we have new music that gets sent into the chat every single week of everything new that came out. And I said, well, you know what? Put on that YG, because YG and Buddy done came out with 2004. I said, baby, put it on. And I hear it. I'm bobbing my head and I'm ready. Got my sunroof open. And then
First line.
first line. When I was young, I got raped. I was like, to which I began to slowly turn the dial down because I realized it may not have been
I turn up song.
that kind of
Yeah.
song. Into which he discloses a lot about his childhood and being sexually assaulted and raped and, an object of sex for older women, and seen as some kind of rite of passage for these men who are kind of discussing sex in a way that is so casual and so, oh, bro, you got that, not even thinking about the psychological behind what just happened to them. And growing up with that mindset and then getting older and dealing with your traumas and realizing, oh shit, YG went to therapy. I don't know what happened, but YG started going to therapy.
Yeah.
And he came out with this and
Wow.
whoa, this was deep.
Very deep.
This was deep. I listened. I was at work, and I was like, "Oh, let me pop this on." I'm thinking the same thing. YG, I work late at night, so I'm like, "Oh, I'll put on a little something, put some bump, did that bump."
Bump did bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got hit with that first line. I said, "Whoa!" I did the same thing, turned it down. I said, "Whoa, wait a minute."
This may not be that kind of song.
Might not be
Right.
that kind of
Let me hear
song.
his story.
Yes.
Yes.
And by the end of the song, literally, I had tears in my eyes. Seriously, I was like, oh my God. I've just never heard a man, especially a black man, speak like that about trauma in his life just so openly and just here it is, all like that on a song for everybody to hear, for everybody to consume, for everybody to now know, And so, yeah, it really brought tears to my eyes and I just felt so sad. But I thought this was such a good song to put out. And I love, because he's been doing this rollout. I guess the album is going to be called like The Gentleman's Club or something like that. So he's been doing the album rollout with like, it's been a couple videos and things like that. And it is a part where it's kind of like a therapy session that's going on. And then we get this single. So, I thought this was really great. I think this is really good for people to hear. And I just thought it was awesome because I literally saw like maybe 2 days before that album, the single came out, I saw people talking on Twitter about how like young men, especially like young black men, they don't view or just simply don't talk about like sexual assault that has happened to them at the hands of older people, older women. You know, they see it as like maybe like a rite of passage or something that's just okay. And then they don't even realize until way later on in life, like, oh shit, I was assaulted. Or some of them never accept that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought like, wow, this is so just, I mean, heart all out in the open for everybody. Like, this is what happened to me and it was fucked up. And at that time, I thought that it wasn't. I thought it was a little weird, and but I was going to other people for, you know, what do you think? They
were saying that it was cool.
They were saying it was cool, so I'm thinking it's cool. And then eventually, as I got older, I started to realize this is weird. And now that I'm guessing he's in actual therapy, now he's realizing not only what it wasn't just weird, I was assaulted, I was raped. You know, like
calling it what it is, because a lot of times
you have to call it.
A lot of times people don't want to call it what it is because they thinking it's cool.
I don't want to be that person. Or, you know, it wasn't that deep. And it's like,
it's very deep. Why is a 40-year-old woman going after this 15-year-old?
Right.
So thank you, YG, for being transparent and sharing your story.
Yeah.
People need to hear that.
That was just, it was something that really rocked, and it's going to continue to rock.
Yep.
Because I feel like it's going to bring up a lot of conversation in these spaces that, you know, these conversations usually aren't had. People who are YG fans are not really discussing this. So he's bringing a whole new topic to his audience. And I'm curious to see how he performs this on tour.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see the audience and what they do when he performs this, because what are they thinking? And I just want to be on stage just looking at the reactions. It's my little sociologist in me. I want to see how are people reacting to this music, you know? Are people resonating? Obviously there are, you know. See what emotions he brings out of people from being so transparent. So thank you, YG.
Yeah,
thank you.
Next we've got someone came out with an album, Will Smith, based on a true story.
Yes.
Frenchie?
Me?
How do you feel?
Okay, let me tell you, honest review. Thought it was cool. Thought I liked it. I said if I had to say older people rap, this is top of the top for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like when rappers who were hot when they was young, but then they, you know, they leave, and then they come back and they resurface like 20 something years later, they have this problem where it just gets a little corny, a little outdated, you know. So me listening to this, I had to put that in mind that was what was going on, and that was what was going to happen, and let me just listen. So I mean, I did. There were actually a couple songs I can say I liked it. I liked Raving the Wasteland. I was whipping my head back and forth in the mirror to that one.
I remember I listened to that one.
I liked First Love because it gave me Amigas Chidas. We in Barcelona. Okay. Was that it? I guess that was it. That I can say I really liked. But overall, I mean, I thought it was cool. You know, Will Smith. Hey, I felt like the mixing. God, we could have really got someone in there.
We really could have. With your daughter being a musical savant, I just knew that we could have.
Yeah, I just
got someone in that studio really doing this how it needed to be done, taken care of.
Yeah,
and you're taking this on tour, so exciting for you.
Yeah. I just wish. My thing is, I have no problem with like the older rappers coming back and, you know, trying to like restake their claim in the music business. I have no problem with that. My thing is, I feel like when they come back, they should, instead of trying to tap into the sound of now, like why is Will Smith trying to do trap type style beats?
Right.
But like you're doing trap style beats, but like in an older person way. I hate to say that. I'm sorry. You know, and it just doesn't work out well sonically. Okay. So I feel like what would be better what would be better is if the older people, when they come back, they tap into the sound that was good for them then.
I agree.
And just try to revamp that.
That's what I wanted so bad, and that's not what I got. Yeah,
Right.
That's, I got the same rap style, but
Yeah.
with a whole bunch of new beats in there. That is like did not fit him. I didn't really enjoy this project. There was nothing that I liked on it, but I'm happy that he's happy.
Yeah. Hey,
that's all I can say about that.
I can tell he had a really great time.
He had a great
making
time.
This.
that he did.
So much
Yes.
so that when he has now pushed the filming of his next Bad Boys movie back.
Oh, almost what you said, Bel Air. I said not the final season.
No. He's pushed the filming because they wanted him to film Bad Boys again this summer, and he said, "Well, I'm going on tour this summer, so I can't do what I saw."
Okay,
all right. Well,
Martin, you keep yourself good.
Keep it good.
Yeah.
My thing. One more thing I have to say about this album, baby. Will Smith, like I said, overall cool, right? Old person rap, cool. It was cool for that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt as I was listening, he said, let me tap on every sound that done ran through since I've been gone. He literally did everything, every sound all through the album. So,
yeah, no. And he said he called a lot of people. And
God, did they answer?
Music greats, apparently. He got advice.
Jay-Z
he talked to Jay-Z. He talked to someone else too.
What did they say?
I don't know if they heard the music, but I do know that he asked them about advice for coming back out. So I don't know if they heard the music.
Yeah, I don't think he sent the tracks over.
Because I'm like, now you called and they answered and you talked, but what did they say back?
Yeah, you don't know. Did they hear anything? They hear what you were cooking? I don't think they did.
I don't know.
He wanted it to be a surprise. All right, and then we have Ariana Grande came out with Eternal Sunshine. Gosh.
Yeah.
Can't talk. Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, Brighter Days Ahead.
Yes.
And this was, her completion of the Eternal Sunshine era with the deluxe album. Mm-hmm. And I listened. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a minute to get into it.
Oh.
It did. And my first listen, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Mm-hmm. I listened to it again, and I got a little bit more familiar with it. Where my mindset changed was I did watch the movie, and it's a little short film, and that's where I said, there it is. And now I'm into it. So, it was a grower for me. It definitely was a grower, but I want to see how y'all felt. Nika, how'd you feel?
I loved it. I loved the edit songs. I loved the short film. It was beautifully done. I loved it.
Okay.
My favorite track, if I have to pick one out of the six
I think. 6 new tracks.
I would say Hampstead.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Frenchie.
Yeah, first of all, I enjoyed this. I listened to it just like from true top to true bottom.
Hey, come on.
True top to true bottom.
True bop to
My
true
God.
bottom.
My God.
The bottom shall be top.
The bottom shall be top.
And so first I was reminded of just how amazing I thought Eternal Sunshine was.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a good one.
Still
That was a good one.
is.
That was a good one.
I was
good.
reminded of that. I was like, hell yes. Okay. Then we get into the new tracks.
Yep.
My favorite, which I like them. My favorites though were the extended version of that intro.
Yeah, that was
a good one.
good.
She said, "Let me finish the story for y'all."
Yeah.
Actually,
And she did. Oh my God. And Twilight Zone.
yes.
Hey, that's right.
And Hampstead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Everybody was really going after Dandelion. I just did not think that was not.
Can we talk about
Yeah,
that?
let's talk about it.
I saw a TikTok of the black people on there talking about, oh my God, girl, Dandelion, oh, you pop back into your Ariana, wooty wooty woo. So I
also went in with that expectation. So I'm happy that
thought I was finna, when I hit Dandelion, I
was ready.
I thought I was finna get my sweetener on.
Yeah.
Get it, hit it, flip it.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
what
not
happened.
even what it is.
What happened?
That's not what it is. It is. It is opposite
It
that.
is. It is.
It's a good song, but it is not that.
It's very much along the lines of I had an expectation, and then I saw that, and I said, okay, I can't wait to listen. And then I listened, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. I went in with a preconceived notion.
Yeah.
So, it's what it is.
Yeah.
But good song.
And lastly, I just want to mention that Miley Cyrus released something beautiful. We just watched that together. And get your rock everything on, because she's about to blow your socks off.
Yes.
That was great, Miley.
We're getting a new single this Friday, so you just
I can't wait to see the whole visual project. She's really going to do her thing.
Yes.
I can't
if
wait.
y'all didn't know, it's a whole visual project that's coming from Miley.
and say thank you to Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Period.
Always got to say thank you to the queen.
Because why not?
Yeah, always say thank you.
Okay.
You
Pave the
must.
way.
You must. I'm so excited. I also heard rumors that she's going to be doing a one night only
I did.
show.
In New York?
See that?
Oh, I saw that too, and I was like, yeah,
I need to get there.
need to get there quickly.
This is amazing, girl. You look amazing.
Yes.
You sound fantastic. This new sound, girl, yes. It's giving very, I don't know. I was like, ooh, it's like Janis Joplin, Alanis Morissette.
Yes, it
very,
does.
Yes,
very
yes.
sexy rocker girl. Hell yeah.
She's doing her thing.
Yeah.
We love you, Miley.
So excited.
And yes, that's it for my Guess to Win segment, y'all.
Yes.
Hello.
Can I add on one little thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Y'all know we talked about Temptation Island and whatnot. I just
We
want to
did.
let y'all know they did not have a reunion because they hate us. Okay.
They do.
So what everybody did, they did like a mini reunion and a few episodes over on the Vile Files. But I just looked at my phone here and I saw, hey, whoa, Jessie Woo is currently interviewing some of the people from Temptation Island. So watch out for her review that I'm sure will be coming soon.
That makes me happy. I know that. Shantae and Brian. Shantae's not happy.
No, she's not.
All I know is that
See it
Shantae's not
all
happy.
over
No,
her
she not.
face. It's all
I know
over
that
her
she's
face.
not.
The host of Temptation Island, Mark Wahlberg, he has a podcast, and recently he had Brianna and Shantae on there. I watched it. They do honestly seem to be in a better place.
Oh, yeah.
I have to be honest about that. They've been going to therapy, which is fantastic. But she still looks sad as hell.
But I think she's more so sad as hell now because there's so much public opinion surrounding this relationship, and it's making her
Relive it and
think about the decisions that she's made and the things that he did on camera to her that we all can fucking see.
Yep.
You know, this is not fresh for them. This happened a year ago.
Yeah.
So for them, they're like,
But it's fresh for all the people watching.
for all of us, that happened to me yesterday.
No,
I was
literally,
watching
it
you
just
on my
happened.
TV yesterday and you was going crazy. And I don't know what's going on there.
Yep.
Wow, I've been out.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm also doing Under Umbrella this week. So
Yeah.
shall I put up on our umbrellas?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. So this week I want to talk a little bit about disappointment. Just because I feel like we've all at one place, shape, or time have felt disappointed about something or in someone, and I want to explore those feelings with us. So do you mind if I take you on a little ride real quick?
Through this journey.
Okay, this journey of discovery. Disappointment. Let's just start off with the definition. I'm basically Nika today. Sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations, right? Disappointment does carry a weight to it. My first question to both of you is, how do you feel when someone tells you, I'm disappointed in you?
It breaks my heart. I've only been told that one time, and I remember it, and it was like the worst. It was the worst thing hearing that. It came from my mom. 'Cause I got a C. Can you believe it? That's what it was.
I didn't want to dig too deep, but I did want to know.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? That's what it was, though. I got a C, and she was just very disappointed because she had never seen that come in from me before, you know? So it was like, what's going on? What, you know? And she was very disappointed, and it broke me. Like, my whole face just...
Oh my goodness. Oh, the baby.
It broke me.
It breaks you.
Yeah.
Okay. Nika, how did you feel?
Sad and then disappointed in myself because I made them feel disappointed. it hurts.
Oh, yeah. It's not an easy thing.
No, it's not an easy thing to hear. And you hear it and you're like, oh, shit. Like,
Right.
I really went there, huh?
I really did too much.
I went there.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go there to know where you need to. Sometimes you got to go there to know where you're not going back to.
Yeah.
Okay. Been there, done that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think any time necessarily sticks out in my head. Like, boom, this was like a. I have been told before. I believe I'm just like I know it's been by a man. My parents. I'm trying to think of a time that my parents told me that they were disappointed in me. And yeah. I'm happy that I can remember it. Either I blocked it out because of mental trauma, but I can't remember. We've had some discourse in the house. Okay, listen, but I can't remember at the time. Thank goodness. Yeah, you gotta just let it go. But I do feel like whenever I am presented with someone and they tell me that they're disappointed in me, it really does make me feel like it makes me question, like, what did I do? If it's a parent, then of course I'm like, oh shit. But I don't really go around trying to disappoint people. I don't think anybody does.
Right.
So whenever someone tells you that, it's come so like sometimes far of left field. And sometimes you do know that you've done something wrong and you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah, I messed up.
I will say it's harder for me to digest someone telling me they're disappointed in me if they disappointed me first. So that right there for me, I think that's where my line gets a little drawn.
I'm disappointed in you. Well, remember a year ago when I was disappointed in you?
Level up.
Even, now we're even.
I'm very much an even Steven individual. I'm like, okay, you telling me you disappointed me, but you was out here doing A, B, C, D. Like I can't. At some point, I take it less seriously if someone tells me that if they are disappointed in me, which leads me to my next question, which is how do you feel whenever someone disappoints you?
Sad. I feel very, very sad. I feel hurt because I don't know what it is about disappointment in like, it's like one of the most like gut wrenching feelings for me. Like disappointment is like the lowest depth for me. Like I can be mad, sad, whatever, angry, like those are easy. But disappointment, I feel like that just goes, that's like levels, that's layers. That is my alarm going off. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me feel sad when someone's disappointed in me, but it makes me feel even more sad and hurt when someone disappoints me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Nika?
It makes me feel sad and it makes me want to lower my expectations.
Okay.
Yes.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. So yes, I feel you.
It makes me want to lower my expectation for what I expected from them, especially if it's somebody older than me.
Because I'm not trying to have you make me feel this way again.
Literally.
Yeah. I gotta protect myself now.
Right. So now I'm like, okay, let me not expect that from you because you've already shown me that I can't. So now I just won't anymore. So now anytime they do something that is like above that expectation, I'm like, look at you. Doing something
Little
good.
star.
Yeah. Shine bright. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I was having a conversation with a friend this morning, and they were telling me about the same thing. They feel sad whenever they feel like they've disappointed somebody. And for me, I said, I'm so opposite. I feel mad whenever someone has like disappointed me. Like I'm mad at you because I know that that's not you. And I feel like I get mad. I don't get mad at. I get mad at myself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I feel like I have a pretty good judge of character. I've been able to keep a lot of great friends in my life for a long time. I don't really have much like discourse or drama in those spaces. It's just whenever I feel disappointed in someone, in whatever they've done, whether it's a family member or a man, I feel like I'm in a situation where I get mad at myself for
Yeah.
You know, I get mad at you too, because I'm like, why would you do that? Yeah. And then also I get mad at me because I'm like, why would you do that to me? And why would I let that happen to me? Yeah. That's not you. That's not what I know. I feel so deceived.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Why couldn't I see it?
You know, like I feel like there's a certain deception that kind of pairs itself with disappointment because, you do go in with an expectation. Yeah. I feel like disappointment is rooted in an expectation, which is why whenever you place that expectation on someone or something or an outcome to happen and it doesn't, or it doesn't happen in the way that you thought it might, like, you might have got this, but you got this because of X, Y, and Z versus just getting it because off of what this was, you know, like there are certain ways that we can be disappointed in life by people or things not happening, whether it's I didn't get that job, or I wish that I went to school again, you know, like you can disappoint yourself in some situations because you see like the opportunity was there, you didn't take it, and now you see where other people's lives have gone who took the opportunity, and you're like, that should have been me. You know, so there can be so many layers of disappointment in self from self, disappointment from others, disappointment from outcomes that you know should have been wrong. I can't think of a point now, thinking about it. I can think of one time where I was disappointed in not getting a job that I know that I was probably overqualified for.
Oh my gosh.
And I know I did not get it because of a specific reason. I didn't get it because I was a man, but and I know that that's the case, and there's nothing that someone can tell me to make me feel like, oh no, it was because I know I had the best resume out of everybody. I had references, great references, and to the point where she had to get on the phone and talk to people, and they were telling her, singing praises about me, my work, and how good I was doing. And whenever I saw who got the job, I was like, oh, what? Really? You know, I'm so overqualified for this.
What the hell am I?
I know I can do this and more, and I just don't even get the chance because, you know, you want to, listen, people want to always have an all-girls team. You don't want to ever have a guy on your team. Well, then why? And I think she only interviewed me because
she had to.
I had my connections.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's the only reason I made it in the room. But yeah, that was interesting. But yes, to go on the expectations tip, a large piece of disappointment is rooted in expectation. Is it okay for you to keep people in your life who you've learned to expect less of?
Oh. Sheesh. Is it okay to keep them in your life when you already know?
So it'll be a situation where either someone has disappointed you, and you're now at a crossroads where you're reevaluating what kind of energy you give that person because you kind of don't know. You know, you were giving a specific kind of energy. They've now let you down, which have brought you down in a sense. And it's almost like, do you actively work to keep them in your life? And if so, where do you place them? And is it okay to? Because you know that you're now going to be in a situation where I don't expect this from you anymore. I'm expecting less of what I used to expect of you. Yeah. Why are you still here if that's the case? Why am I still entering relationships with you? You know, why am I still entering these spaces with you knowing that I'm going to get less, but being okay with it?
Honestly, I feel like it's just delusion, you know, a little bit of being very hopeful, be optimistic, you know, we're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, you really want to have trust in people. I feel like it's those things that, like, well, yeah, they did disappoint me this one time, but maybe I can work towards, you know, getting over that, forgiving them, and then we can, you know, get back on track and be where we were, and hopefully they won't do it again. You know, oftentimes people do it again, and we're not like free from disappointment from people. We're gonna be disappointed a lot in life, or disappoint people. And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe there's just like a line you have to really think about, like
how far is too far to let it go? You know, how do you gauge it on, okay, I expect less of you, but that does not mean that I don't want you to not show up in my life anymore.
Yeah.
However, now I know that I'm fostering a relationship that I know is not at its full potential simply because of the disappointment.
Right. Ooh. You know, that's a good question, because I feel like we should not keep them. We should not, right? We honestly should not, because I feel like when you're at that point where you are actively expecting less from people, usually that's because they have disappointed you so many times, and now you're just trying to shift your mindset so that your reality is like a little bit more comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And that ain't right.
Yeah, you are in a sense kind of changing.
We can't be doing that.
I mean, yeah, but people do it all the time with family, with friends, in relationships.
Fuck.
I know.
No, you're right.
I know.
I'm right.
You're
You're right. Girl.
How do you feel, Nika?
Oh, okay. I deal with this on a daily
Okay.
with my dad.
Okay.
He texts me every day. And every day, I'd be like,
What do you want?
God, jeepers.
Jeepers.
But I love him. Like, I love my
Yeah,
dad.
it's the
But
love that
it's
comes.
like the things that he's done and stuff like that. I'm just like, I've like accepted it. I've talked with my mom about these things, and I'm just like, she's like, well, you know, you don't have to talk to him. I'm like, but I do.
No, like,
But I do, but I feel like I have to just, you know, because he's my dad.
And I know him.
And I know him. I don't not know him.
Right.
So I don't want to just, you know, cut him out, because it's not even, nothing that he's done is with malicious intent. It is not on purpose. It is not like, he's not doing these things on purpose. It's just, they're not good things and they happened, and but it's not with malicious intent. And I know that he loves me, but it's still like, oh my God, like, why can't you just be other?
yeah.
Can't get right.
Yeah, why
Can't
can't
get
you
right.
just get it right? Like with any, like, you can't get it right. And every time,
It's not like you don't have the tools.
yeah, I'm like, it's not like you don't have the tools. Like, why can't the things that you say, like all the things that he would tell me that I would believe, like, I don't believe them anymore. So every time he's telling me these things and I'm on the phone with him, I'm just like, okay, like, but I'm not that 7-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl, like,
Full
with
of
stars, full of hope, stars in her eyes, like, oh my God, he's gonna do this, oh my God, he's gonna do that, oh my God, like, I'm not like that anymore. I'm always like blank, plain, like, because I don't believe you,
Right.
and I'm never going to believe you again, and I've accepted that. So I just be like,
It is what it is.
yeah, just be like, it is what it is. Like, what can you do? I can't change you. You are the same fucking person you were before I knew what you were. So I just, but I deal with it every day. I just be like, okay, I love you, but gosh darn.
You know?
I like what you said too, like basic, because I feel like I feel like that's like a good maybe like word or feeling to put with this disappointment is like emptiness, or like a blankness. You know, eventually you just stop believing them, and it's just kind of like, okay, I'm numb. Oh, that's not good.
It's not good. You're absolutely right. It's not good. But
And you know that your energy is literally going to the situation no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
And it's almost like if this connection wasn't here, it's not like this connection is really adding anything to my life in any shape or form. It's not really fostering me in any way. It's just there because it's there. And it's because it's something that's become routine. It's either it's become routine or someone's comfortable with it or someone's lowered their standards and just been like, this is what it is, and kept it going. But it's going to always be something where you feel like I have to reevaluate how I move with you because of how you've proven that you cannot show up, be there for me in times where I expect this of you. And it hurts. And it's almost like, you know, I think it all comes back to the love thing as well. Like it's because I have such love and such hope and such all of this for you, and I feel like you don't even have it for yourself.
Yeah.
And here I am thinking that, you know, I'm doing it for you, and realistically it's not really doing much for you at all. This relationship, this exchange, this me speaking to you and energetically, it's not doing anything for you. Besides keeping you in your usual routine of this is how things go for you.
Yep.
You're not even thinking. You're not on the end thinking about I've disappointed this person. You're on the end thinking about thank goodness I still have this, relationship after all of what I've done or after all of what has been done. Thank goodness they're still in my life. Whew. But you're not stressing about this. Meanwhile, you on the other side of it. It's kind of like, why? It can be tiring. Deep Negro side.
Energetically.
Yes.
No, seriously. Not only like in the moment, but I feel like it also just kind of like translates to your life, like physically. Like people start to look more tired. Now you got bags. Now you're probably like not really keeping yourself up as much. It's just like things like disappointment manifest, like especially if it's prolonged. I feel like it is emotional, it is mental, but then sometimes it comes out in like physical ways.
I know. We're getting into it. So lastly, I want to know, once someone has disappointed you, can they ever make their way back to a level of trust that you used to have for them?
I think yes, they can, but it just really you have to really see the work being done, and you have to really see them in yet again similar situations, and this time you see that they chose another route, another option, something that didn't disappoint you, them, or whatever is going on. But they have to really, really show that, and I feel like that's not what happens often. Sometimes we just kind of say, okay, you can come back, and like the door's open, and we either still have that little bit of like doubt in our mind, sitting on our shoulder, like, yeah, you here, but I'm just not really too sure if you're really gonna do it this time. Or we
do you mean it?
Right. Or we just openly are like, okay, yes, I fully trust you again. Just don't do it again, and we move on. So, but I feel like people really should show that they really are different, that they really can change, that they really will work towards not disappointing you. Now you know the action that has caused it. So can you not do it again?
Do you feel like in situations where family is involved in disappointment, and these are people who you obviously, you can escape them if you want to, but you can't really escape them because they're there. And, I think they set us up early. I think family sets us up really early for disappointment whenever it comes to them knowing how people move, especially whenever you're a kid and you don't really understand how people's actions weigh on their personality. You might have the really fun, cool aunt, but little do you know, she's, disappointed almost every single person in this room, but she's always life at a party. And to you, she was a cool aunt. She was fun. And then as you get older, you realize that people don't expect much of that said person, and it's kind of like I now have been conditioned to, I don't trust. There are people who we know we don't call for certain things. Everybody has that weird uncle or that weird auntie or that weird cousin or so and so's friend who comes around. People who are literally in the family, kind of. Yeah. Who people naturally all have conversations with and of, both in front of their face and behind their back, about how, I would give this to you, but I know I can't trust you with it. And there are certain people that, you just cannot trust with things. And it's almost like, gosh, I wish I didn't have to
censor myself,
foster this. I'm not one to really do much of that either. So, that my thing is if you're not adding to my life in any way, I don't really want you to be in it. But there are people who I feel like, have been in my life who I'm like, it's just adding something. But hindsight is 20/20. You never know.
It is.
You never know. You never know. Nika, what about you? How do you feel when someone disappointed you? Can they make their way back into their space of trust?
I think it depends. I know there are things that people have done to me where I'm just like, I can't at all trust you the way, I'm not going to talk to you about things that I would talk to you before the event happened. There are things that I would definitely tell you, but now I'll never tell you anything again because of how you reacted, or because of what you did, or because the invasion of privacy, whatever the case may be. So I think it depends on the situation. Sometimes, yeah, you may want to. You will never fully trust them, but they can probably get like a twinkle back, like a twinkle of trust.
Twinkle back.
Yeah, just a small little speck of trust, because I'm never the way that you are able to trust is like when you're a child and you trust your parent with every fiber, or your guardian with every fiber of your being. You trust them with your all. And then when it's broken, it's kind of like, oh fuck, shit, like I'm going through a crisis and I can't talk to my mom about it anymore, or I can't call my dad about this, or
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's hard. It is a hard thing to do, to welcome somebody back with open arms, because you don't want to. Your arms are always going to be like this. Like they're never going to be fully open.
Half staff.
Yeah, half staff. Every day. Half staff. The flag will fly right here. It will never fly up here again. And that's how I feel about it.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a situation. Well, I'm not in a situation. I'm not in any situation. But I feel like in a situation of disappointment. I don't know. I think that if the action is shown, then it's pretty much easy to get back. I can be understanding. I may be mad about it at first.
Yeah.
But people gonna people.
Yeah, that's true.
People gonna do what they want to do. And one thing I ain't never gonna do is make you do something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's a way for them to get back in my life. I just also think that, of course, you're all very much flag half staff for a minute. But I feel like with proper action, assurance, it should not be difficult to get back in a place where I feel like I'm cool with it again, to where I used to be. However, that often doesn't happen. Like Frenchie did say, a lot of the work, they may start off doing it just because they know that you voiced it, and then it falls off after a smooth 3-4 month time period, and it is what it is. But if there's a consistent work there, a consistent want there, and a consistent wanting to do better because they know they've let you down, yeah, I think there's a way. There's a way that someone can kind of make their way back into my life in a situation like that. Yeah. It's not easy to deal with. And disappointment wears on everyone else, on everyone in your life differently.
Right.
The way that a mother can disappoint you is different than the way that a father can disappoint you. It's different than the way that a sibling can disappoint you, than a friend. Like all these pockets of disappointment hold different weights in your life, and depending on who you're close with, it really will kind of gauge how your relationships lie as time goes on. So I just wanted to bring out this topic of disappointment because, yeah, it happens.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yes.
Do y'all remember y'all's first disappointment? Or maybe not first, maybe most impactful if you can't remember your first. Because I remember my first time being disappointed.
In someone?
Yeah. It was my dad.
Okay.
I will never forget this. I'll never forget this. But I was a little child, right? My mom, I grew up just with my mom and my sister, right? My dad wasn't in the home. So, father's not in the homes. So my dad, I remember he called the house and he said that he was going to take me to Disneyland.
Okay.
He's like, I'm taking you to Disneyland tomorrow or whatever. Like, I'm going to pick you up in the morning. We're going to do our thing. I'm excited. So I wake up on the day and I'm excited. I'm like, I'm going to Disneyland with my dad today. And so I get dressed and I had a little backpack on and I'm sitting on the steps by the door and I'm sitting there. And my mom's like, girl, you don't got to sit by the door. He going to come when he come, And I'm like, I know, but I'm so excited. I just want to sit. I want to wait. I just want to sit and wait.
Right.
Hours had gone by. And my mom eventually had to come over to me and she just picked me up and she's like, come on, baby, he's not coming. And I boo-hooed. I was broken. And that was my first disappointment. Like, the happiest place on earth. The place with all the characters, all the stuff I love. I'm thinking I'm going to for the first time. And It wasn't going to be my first time, but, you know, I think I'm going with my dad. We're going to have like a daddy-daughter day, and it just didn't happen. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Broke my whole world.
I do. I remember mine, too. And it was of a similar thing. It wasn't my dad, but it was my aunt. And my aunt was supposed to take us to Knott's Berry Farm, and she said she was going to pick us all up. And, you know, I was going to pick me up. She was picking all the cousins up. So she was making her rounds.
Yeah.
And I was just, you know, I'm right there at the 91. So when they pick me up, I'm the last one. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we head to Knott's. And I remember I got ready, I got dressed, and I put on my stuff, and I was excited, and I was waiting, and my mom was calling my aunt, and she was giving her some kind of excuses about how she was running late. I wasn't sitting on the step because I don't really have steps outside my house.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in the guest room, and I remember looking out the guest room window and like just waiting. Waiting for her to get here. And I was just like, is she coming? Like, is she going to come? Is she coming? She did finally come. She came at some crazy time. It had to be. I remember the sun setting.
Oh, no.
So I know that it wasn't any time that was, you know, conducive to having a full day at a theme park. And I remember just feeling like my mom was so mad. I just remember my mom being so mad at her. And I remember my mom like going in on her. Like, you don't do that ever again to my child. And we didn't go, obviously. I didn't go to this, at least I didn't go to Knott's Berry Farm. I think that she thought that she was like, at least because she made it that we can go. But Mom's like, no, like the whole day is gone. You know, you're going to take them there for an hour or two. They're going to get on the ride. No, we ain't doing that. And I remember being really disappointed that I wasn't able to go to Knott's, and also just disappointed that like people will do stuff like I think that was my first time experiencing people saying they're going to do something
and they don't,
and then they don't.
Yeah. Mine is similar. It was my dad. It was the last time that I saw him, like before not seeing him for years. And I was supposed to, you know, we were doing the weekend thing. I go to my dad's on the weekend sometimes, and he was supposed to come and get me, and I was supposed to go for the weekend. And then I got the bench outside the house. Yeah. So I was sitting on the bench, and because like some time had went by, so I was just like, oh, you know, he'll pull up soon. So I went and sat on the bench, and my mom comes out. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, he's going to pull up soon. She's like, okay. My suitcase is by the door. I'm waiting, and he's not coming. And I'm just like heartbroken. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And that was like the last time that I saw him for like some years. And it was very disappointing.
Yeah, man. It's just so crazy how like that stuff, it just really stays with you. Even
it does. I remember like it was yesterday.
Even when you retell it, it just feels like, I still feel like, oh my God, I can see that little girl sitting there on that step, waiting. See that little boy at the window, that little girl on that bench, like, ugh.
Just waiting.
Yeah, disappointment really does linger, man.
It does. And you remember the feeling of it. Because it feels so, like you said, there's like an emptiness to it. It's like, oh God, it's such a void.
Yeah. Very empty pain.
And that's our under our umbrella. Sorry, it wasn't a turned up one. My bad.
Sorry.
My bad, but I just wanted to talk about it.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Wow, no, this was such a good conversation. Wow, I love this. Pizza?
Oh, please, honey.
Sign us off.
We should go get some pizza.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, well, thank y'all so much for listening and watching this episode. Make sure that wherever you're listening, you give us a follow, leave us a rating, leave us a review. You can also watch us over on YouTube, so make sure you go over there, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this podcast exists. Okay, let's get the people rolling up in here.
Yes.
Okay. We also have a Discord. If you click the link in our bio and our description, the link is going to be there. You can scroll on through it, and there will be a Discord discussion group, and you can click that and join. Make sure that you follow us on our social medias everywhere at TBU Podcast. Send us an email, theblackUmbrellaPC@gmail.com. The Nourished Narrative. The next book club is coming up April 19th, I believe.
Yes.
So I was being bad. I didn't update the link. Let me update the link.
Update
then y'all gonna be able to click. By the time y'all hear this, it's gonna be there.
You already
Go ahead
know.
and click and you'll see all the information. We're reading what's the book called? I just started
Monday's
it.
Not Coming.
It's called Monday's
My book
Not
just got here.
Coming. Amen. Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Okay, so check that out. That's what we're reading. We're meeting up April 19th. So yeah. And that's it. So we love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll
Love
talk to y'all
y'all.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.